Good day, everyone. Our topic for today is all about the empirical rule. So let's start. So last time, yung topic natin is all about standard deviation. And again, standard deviation is the average distance of your data value to the mean. Also, closely grouped data will have a small standard deviation. Kapag yung data natin ay halos magkakalapit lang, yung standard deviation niya ay maliit. So closely grouped data will have a small standard deviation. On the other hand, spread out data will have a large standard deviation. So, ito yung concept ng standard deviation. So, if the distance of the data to the mean is very big, then the standard deviation na makukuha natin is very big din or malaki din. Also, if the distance of the data to the mean is very small, yung standard deviation na makukuha natin ay very small din. Or simply, yung mga data natin ay sobrang lapit dun sa mean. Or nandun lahat sila almost sa gitna. Okay? And once na yung ating karamihan ng data or almost ng ating data ay nandun sa middle, ang tawag scenario na yun, kapag yung most of your data ay nandun sa pinaka-middle, yung data natin ay matatawag na normally distributed. And once na yung ating data is normally distributed, magagamit natin yung tinatawag natin na empirical rule. Now, ano nga ba yung empirical rule? If the dataset is normal distributed, we can use the empirical rule or yung tinatawag na 68, 95, and 99.7%. For example, consider natin itong mga data natin na to. Kung mapapansin, halos lahat ng ating data ay nandun sa pinakagitna. And konti lang yung nandito sa may kaliwa at konti lang din yung nandun sa may kanan. So, most of your data ay nandun sa gitna. And also, meron tayong matetrace na parang shape kapag ganito yung ating distribution. Like this. Now, yung tawag sa ganyang shape is the bell-shaped curve. So, ito ay nangyayari kapag yung ating data is normally distributed. Okay? So, gawa ulit tayo ng bell-shaped curve. Ganito yung itsura niya. So, mababa muna. And then, pataas. Pagdating sa peak, bababa na. At dire-diretso hanggang doon sa pinaka-dulo. Okay? And kapag yung data natin is normal distributed, yung ating mean o yung average, I know, kaya-kaya nyo kunin yung mean, yung average ay palaging nasa gitna. Next, dito natin gagamitin yung nakuha natin na standard deviation. So, gawa muna tayo ng mga number lines. Next, kada line dito sa ating normal curve ay nagre-represent ng isang standard deviation. So, this one is one standard deviation away from the mean. Kaya, bar x plus s. Yung bar x ay mean plus isang standard deviation. So, meaning, ito ay one standard deviation away from the mean. Next, meron tayong 2 standard deviation away at meron tayong 3 standard deviation away from the mean. Or bar x plus 3 times the standard deviation. Also, kung meron tayong papuntang kanan, meron din tayong papuntang kaliwa. So again, ito ay one standard deviation away from the mean din. Yun nga lang, in other direction. Kaya, bar x minus the standard deviation or the mean minus standard deviation. Next, ito naman ay 2 standard deviation away from the mean. So, mean minus 2 times the standard deviation. Also, we have bar x minus 3 times s or mean minus 3 times our standard deviation. So, yung mga symbol na to ay makikita natin kung yung ating given ay mga sample. Now, sir, paano kung yung given natin ay mga population? So, syempre, mag-iiba lang yung ating mga notation. Sa population kasi, yung mean natin doon ay mu. Napakita ko na to before. At yung standard deviation natin kapag population is small sigma. So, dito, meron tayong mu plus small sigma or 1 standard deviation away from the mean. Ito ay 2 standard deviation away from the mean, 3 standard deviation away from the mean, and so on and so forth. Next question. Sir, di ba ito ay curve? Meron bang equation yan? And the answer is yes. Simple lang naman yung equation ng ating curve o yung ating bell-shaped curve. Ito yung kanyang equation. Simple lang to. We have 1 over small sigma multiplied by the square root of 2 pi multiplied by e raised to negative of x minus mu raised to 2 all over 2 times small sigma squared. Ito yung kanyang formula. Wherein, yung mu dito is yung average, yung ating small sigma is the standard deviation, yung pi is 3.1415 and so on and so forth, while yung e is equal to 2.71828 and so on and so forth. Okay, so nabanggit ko lang naman yan. So balik na tayo dun sa ating topic, which is the empirical rule. Now, according sa empirical rule, once na yung ating data is normally distributed, ang sabi doon is 68% of our data will fall within 1 standard deviation away from the mean. Ito yung kinaganda kapag yung data natin is normally distributed. Ito ay palaging true kahit anong klaseng data pa yan. 68% of your data falls within 1 standard deviation away from the mean. Ito yung 1 standard deviation away from the mean mula sa kanan at mula sa kaliwa. Ito yung sabi sa empirical rule. Lahat ng data or score within this range is about 68% nung kabuuan. Okay? Yan yung empirical rule. Ito ay approximation. Okay? Now, how about 2 standard deviation away from the mean? Ilang percent yun? So, ang sabi sa empirical rule, 95% of your data falls within 2 standard deviation away from the mean. So, ito yung 2 standard deviation away from the mean. At ang sabi doon, lahat ng data na makakapasok between 2 standard deviation away from the mean, from left to right, ito ay 95% ng kabuuan. Okay? And paano naman yung 3 standard deviation away from the mean? Ito ay 99.7% of your data. So, mula saan yun? So, 1, 2, 3 sa kanan at sa kaliwa. 3 standard deviation away from the mean, from left to right. So, ang sabi doon, 99.7% of your data falls within that range. Now, let's summarize. So, ang sabi, ito ay 1 standard deviation away from the mean. And ang sabi sa empirical rule, ito ay 68% of your data. Now, what if hatiin natin sa gitna? Dun sa ating mean or dun sa average. Now, yung tendency, mabe-break siya into 2 equal parts. Therefore, kada isang strip nito is 34%. Kasi 68 divided by 2. So, yung ating normal curve ay symmetrical. So, ito ay balance from left to right. Okay? Now, dun tayo sa 2 standard deviation away from the mean. Dun sa empirical rule, we know itong range na to is about 95% of our data. Yung tanong, ilang percent yung nandito sa region na to? Yung wala pang percentage. Paano natin makukuha yun? We know, ito ay 95%, 2 standard deviation away from the mean. I-minus natin yung 68%, and then i-divide natin sa 2, kasi pantay silang dalawa. So, we have 95% minus 68% divided by 2. And this is equal to 13.5%. Therefore, kada isang strip na to is 13.5%. Next, 3 standard deviation away from the mean. So, 1, 2, 3. Ang sabi sa ating empirical rule, ito ay 99.7% of your data. Now, yung goal natin, hanapin ilang percent yung kada strip. Gagamitin lang natin yung method na ginamit natin kanina lang. So, we have 99.7%, yung isang kabuuan, 3 standard deviation away from the mean. Next, minus 95%, itong part na to kasi na-compute na natin yan, and then divided by 2. And we get 2.35. So, pag inad natin lahat yan, 2.35 plus 13.5 plus 34 plus 34 plus 13.5 plus 2.35, ang kalalabasan natin is 99.7%. So, itong strip na to is 2.35%. Don't worry kasi mamaya magagamit niya mga percentage na yan. Okay? Now, doon na lang tayo sa pinaka-last part. Yung outside sa 99.7%. Itong maliit na parte sa kaliwa at sa kanan. Now, kung 99.7% dun sa 3 standard deviation away from the mean, ang natitira na lang ay 0.3%. Hatiin pa natin sa dalawa, kaliwa at kanan. Therefore, yung kaliwa at kanan ay tig 0.15%. Now, pag inad natin yan, 0.15, 2.35, hanggang makarating tayo dito sa 0.15 sa kanang bahagi, yung total niyan is 100%. And yung kalahati, automatic yung kalahati niyan is 50%. Now, gamitin natin sa isang certain example. So, let's have the height in a certain country. Let's say, Philippines. Now, yung average height, according to Google, is about 5.15 feet. So, ito yung ating mu. So, this is the population mean. and the standard deviation is 0.3 feet. Now, dito sa graph, nasaan yung 5.15 feet? Since ito yung mean, siya yung nandun sa gitna. So, nasa gitnang part, yun yung 5.15 feet. Next, yung sumunod na line, ito ay 1 standard deviation away from the mean. Yung standard deviation natin ay 0.3. So, magdadagdag lang tayo ng 0.3 dun sa ating mean. So, we have 5.15 plus 0.3 and we get 5.45. Dagdagan ulit natin ng standard deviation. So, plus 0.3 ulit, we get 5.75 or ito na yung 2 standard deviation away from your mean. Next, yung 3 standard deviation away from your mean, dagdag lang tayo ng 0.3. So, we have 6.05. Next, gagawin din natin yun sa kaliwa. So, ito naman ay minus 0.3. So, we have 4.85 minus 0.3. Meron tayong 4.55 minus 0.3 ulit. We have 4.25. Next, lahat ng data between 2 standard deviation away from the mean or simply the 95%, ang tawag sa mga data na yan is usual. Now, bakit siya tinawag na usual? So again, yung given natin, ito ay height dito sa Pilipinas. Kaya siya usual kasi paglabas mo ng bahay, posible na makakita ka 95% yung chance na makakakita ka ng isang tao na yung height niya is between 4.55 feet to 5.75 feet. So, lumabas ka lang ng bahay, malaki yung chance na paglabas mo ng bahay ay makikita mo, yung dadaan sa inyo, yung height niya is between 4.55 feet and 5.75 feet. Kaya siya tinawag na usual. Kasi karamihan, yung height nila is between 4.55 feet to 5.75 feet. That's why they call it usual. Next, how about the data between 2 standard deviation away and 3 standard deviation away? Etong tig 2.35%. So, kung ito ay usual, ang tawag dito ay unusual. So, madalang ka makakita, again, with respect to our given, ito ay height, madalang ka makakita, paglabas mo ng bahay, na yung height ay 5.75 feet to 6.05 feet. Siguro, kung sasadyain mo sa mga basketball court, so usually, mga players ay mga matatangkad, doon ka makakita niyan. And, madalang ka rin makakita na sa kalsada or makakasalubong mo, na yung height niya is 4.25 to 4.55 feet. Okay? Kaya siya tinawag na unusual. Now, kung meron tayong usual, meron tayong unusual, meron tayong tinatawag na yung tig 15%, ang tawag doon ay mga rare. Sobrang dalang. In terms of height, sobrang dalang na makakita tayo or makakasalubong tayo ng tao na yung height niya is more than 6 feet. So, sobrang rare yung mga ganong pangyayari. Kung may kasama ka sa bahay na lagpas 6 feet yung kanyang height, so kabilang yon sa mga rare cases. Sobrang dalang ng ganong case, kaya ang tawag natin doon is very rare. Later sa ating discussions with statistics, may encounter natin yung tinatawag natin na hypothesis testing. And doon natin magagamit yung concept ng rareness ng ating data. Okay? Ito yung part, nagagawa tayo ng null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis, and so on and so forth. At kung kailan siya mare-reject, at kung kailan siya hindi mare-reject. Okay? Pero sa ngayon, hindi pa natin siya problema. So, balik muna tayo sa discussion natin. Now, ito yung mga tanong na pwede nating masagot gamit itong ating graph. So, let's start with number 1. How many percent of them have a height between 4.85 feet and 5.45 feet? So, sa graph natin, nasaan yun? Ito yung 4.85 at ito yung 4.45. Now, ilang percent daw yun? And we know, ito ay 1 standard deviation away from the mean. We can use the empirical rule. Or pwede nating i-add lang to. 34 plus 34 or simply 68%. And we're done. So, anong ibig sabihin? 68% of the people ay merong height between 4.85 feet and 5.45 feet. Okay, so let's move on to our second question. How many percent of them have a height between 5.15 feet and 6.05 feet? So, hanapin lang natin sa ating graph, asaan yung 5.15 at asaan yung 6.05. Now, ilang percent yan? Ito yung kinaganda. I-add mo na lang yung percentage. So we have 34 plus 13.5 plus 2.35 and you get 49.85%. So 49.85% ng ating population ay merong height between 5.15 feet and 6.05 feet. Now let's move on to our last question. What is the height that contains the middle 99.7% of your data? Now, familiar sa atin yung 99.7%. Ito ay 3 standard deviation away from the mean. Pero yung tanong sa atin is what is the height na nagko-contain ng middle 99.7% of our data? At yung sagot natin ay iyon yung 4.25 feet hanggang kay 6.05 feet. So yung ating answer must be 4.25 feet and 6.05 feet. Kapag yung height mo ay kabilang dyan, between 4.25 and 6.05, ikaw ay kabilang dun sa 99.7%. And we're done.